So now we're getting into a little bit of negative news, but Redfall, 30
What is going
frames,
on?
30 frames per second. So,
Unexcusable.
and there are people who run Game Pass on their fucking souped up PCs, and you're gonna fucking insult them with fucking 30 frames per second.
Yeah, the fact that it's not even an option to turn on like anything above 30. That
like,
it's insane.
are you kidding me?
I don't know how this is possible.
Is it
I
because it's
really
on so many
don't.
different consoles?
It has to be, right? So, is this the co-op shooter?
Yeah,
The
and it's
only
from
thing I can
Arcane.
the only thing I can think for this is that they had to make it work for Series S, and because it's a co-op based game, they wanted the experience to be the same.
Which
Because I
fair.
cannot understand how this works. The game is not like a visually blessed game.
No,
So
not at
I
all.
don't know
Not
what's
at all.
going on.
Uh, so this generation, I feel the most is marred by cross gen.
Yeah.
And maybe we can blame the pandemic or whatever it is, but I feel like there is still no reason to own next gen consoles right now.
I agree.
And
I agree.
this game coming out at 30 frames just because it's over a bunch of different SKUs, like at some point you got to force people, like, you know what, this will only be for PS5 Series X. That's it. Fuck off. If you have an Xbox One X, or if you're still rocking your PlayStation 4, there's plenty for you to fucking play. But if you want the new shit, you got to come here. And like this cross generation bullshit is fucking games up. It's like, remember what it did to Cyberpunk, like, or even like games like Hogwarts Legacy is like now like those SKUs just disappear. They're not even making them. I don't believe. Uh, and it's just when's it stop? Like when's it stop? Because as much as like even us who are like we're big Trails game guys, right? We're excited for PS4 games. At the end of the day, we're excited for PS4 games, and it's 2023.
So here's what I don't understand though, Pedro, is that we had games running at 60 frames per second last gen,
Yeah,
you know? And on Series S, it's not even at 4K, it's at 1440p 30 frames per second.
right.
That tells me that there is an inherent flaw with Redfall somewhere. Like something is wrong here. And I don't understand how this happened. Because for a shooter especially, man, you can put a 30 frames per second RPG out there, JRPG, right? Persona
Yeah,
5 could run at 30 frames a second. I wouldn't give a shit. But for a shooter like Redfall, and just to be clear here, I was never going to play Redfall. I thought it looked really corny. Um, Especially like I thought that the character designs looked really stupid, and I was just like, okay, it's a vampire hunting game. It's like it's Left 4 Dead, but for vampires, right?
yeah.
But man, this is just seemed like I just don't know what to say about this because let's be honest here. There was the discussion over whether Starfield was going to be 60 frames per second or not. If Redfall isn't reaching 60 frames per
There's
second,
no fucking chance in hell that fucking Starfield's gonna be 60 frames. No way. No way. I feel like Starfield. I don't have a good feeling about Starfield, and it sucks because I'm excited for Starfield.
yeah,
Like to me, okay, so to me, like that was a take the day off, fucking go balls deep in the Starfield, like buy a
mm-hmm.
Series S. I don't think I'm buying a Series X. I just don't think there's a reason for me to.
No,
But
I don't think so.
I think it's like buy a Series S, go balls deep in the Starfield. Let's fucking get it. And now I'm just kind of like, I feel like if I buy this game day one, I'm gonna get kicked in the nuts.
Yeah, I agree. I think by them, and they, by the way, they announced this on their official Twitter page. Like they announced this. I don't know if they were trying to get ahead of the bad press, but that's not. This isn't politics. That's not how this works, right? Um, I don't. They announced this on their official Twitter page, like they were like proud of it, and they were like, "Oh, 60 performance will be added at a game update at a later date." Well, so what you're essentially saying is that people who buy your game upfront are going to get a very subpar like
Yeah, like
product.
why should I give you my money day one? Like, thank God this is
Yeah,
on Game Pass where I don't have to give you money. Well, I guess I do, but like not like
yeah.
$60. But like that, it just and it goes through the tried and true argument. Like, at what point, if you can't deliver the game in a quality state, right,
Hmm.
in the state that you want it, just fucking don't put it out. Like, don't put it out. I've grown tired of the update and the patching. I'm so tired of it. And the reason I say that, as much as we knock Nintendo 9 times out of 10, when their games come out, they just fucking work.
So it looks like this game is going to be pretty bad because I'm reading a PC Gamer breakdown of Redfall, and from PC Gamer they said our pre-release impressions of Redfall weren't great either. We called it a sad stumble from Arcane in our March preview with limp combat and a lifeless world, and very little that appeared to be interesting in any way.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yikes!
That's not good. Well, and here's the thing: like, this is, I wouldn't call it the first step from, like, I don't know if they said first step, but it's the second stumble. A lot of people didn't really like. I've heard mixed reviews on Deathloop,
Yeah, that's true.
and Deathloop had that weird, stupid fucking mechanic where like there's somebody always chasing you and somebody can go into your game.
Mhm.
So like Arcane, I'm hoping they start learning a lesson here, because and maybe this is just what happens to studios that make like masterpieces and then they have to continue making games. Because Prey is a masterpiece. I fucking love Prey. Prey is a fucking great game. Probably one of the greatest games they've ever made. Dishonored, that great series. But after that, like, definitely, what are we doing? I feel like Arcane lost its identity there.
So their credits go Arx Fatalis in 2002, and then
Uh,
2006 they had Dark Messiah of Might and Magic.
yeah, I don't know
In
that.
2009 they had an iOS game called Karma Star, and then they hit the mainstream in 2012 with Dishonored,
Yeah, it's a
2016
great game.
Dishonored 2,
Great game.
2017 Prey and
Fucking
Dishonored Death of
phenomenal
the
game.
Outsider,
That's a phenomenal DLC.
2019 Wolfenstein Youngblood, Wolfenstein Cyberpilot also in 2019. And then 2021 we have Deathloop and then Redfall. Now people didn't like Youngblood, did they? That was the one that
No,
people didn't like.
yeah, people didn't like that.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I mean, I personally was not a Dishonored fan because I don't like stealth. But I could play Dishonored and I could see like the high quality. I'd be like, okay, well, if I was into stealth, I would love this.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I don't know what's going on with Redfall. And also, by the way, another Xbox game that is
that's
like a
a
mess.
fucking turd. Like, what the
It's a
fuck?
mess.
And I know they say this on like Sacred Symbols and bigger podcasts, but what is going on at Microsoft? What is going on?
I don't know. I have no idea. And like it just seems like everything they're putting out is just an absolute mess. And it seems like they're the sole purpose of them buying studios is just so that they don't come out on Sony, like to cripple Sony. And I didn't think that before, but the fact that they're not making really many games
Yeah, they're
is
not making anything in house really at all.
well, they're not making games, and the things they are pushing out are kind of having issues. So now I'm starting to wonder. I'm like, well, maybe they don't give a shit, and maybe they just are buying things so that Sony can't have them. You know, I don't know.
I think I think they're just rushing stuff out. I think a directive came out that these games need to be done by these milestones, and clearly a lot of these games still need more time and they're undercooked. And I think Microsoft's like, nope, put it out just to have something. That's what I think they're rushing these games out.
Let me see here. All right, dude. This is gonna be shocking. All right. So it is. What is it? It is 4:13. All right. So let's start. Let's start with May 5th, 2020. These are the games that Microsoft has published since May 5th, 2020. So 3 years ago, right? That was Forza Street, then Minecraft Dungeons, The Bard's Tale remastered, Minecraft Education Edition, Flight Simulator, Battletoads, Tell Me Why, Age of Empires 3, Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5, Gears Tactics, Ori, Sea of Thieves for Xbox Series X and S, Master Chief Collection, State of Decay 2. I'm gonna skip a couple here because they're not even clickable links. Microsoft Flight Simulator again, Psychonauts 2, Age of Empires 4, Forza 5, Forza Horizon 5, Halo Infinite, As Dusk Falls, Forza Horizon 5 Hot Wheels, Grounded, Pentiment,
I heard that's decent.
GoldenEye, Age of Empires 2, Minecraft Legends.
Yeah, not great.
That's it. In 3 years, that's it. I would say the only games on that list that you could consider like big heavy hitters are Forza Horizon 4, 5, and Gears 5, and Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
But Halo Infinite kind of died with a turd.
Yeah, they fucked up Halo Infinite.
In 3 years, that's it. Psychonauts 2 came and went like a fart in the wind, right?
Yeah.
Ori and the Blind Forest is great, but no one
small
plays
game,
it.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. No one even talked about that game. I don't know what's going on with them. It's weird. It's like they like I said they bought things and they're like, well, we'll just fucking let them do whatever they want. Now,
Yeah,
does every
I don't
game
disagree. I just like what is going on.
does every game need to be a huge game? No,
No.
but when you compare this list to like Sony published games, let me look at the list of Sony published games since like 3 years ago. It's probably going to be a massive difference. Their list isn't like a completely different. Okay, so we'll start here in 2020. We'll start with Neo 2. Actually, we'll start low. MLB The Show 20, Neo 2, Predator Hunting Grounds, Sackboy Big Adventure, The Last of Us Part 2, Patapon 2 Remastered, Marvel's Iron Man VR, Call of Duty Vanguard. Apparently, they published Call of Duty Vanguard in Japan. That's interesting.
Oh, that makes sense.
Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, MLB The Show 21, Ghost of Tsushima Legends, God of War Ragnarok, Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Forbidden Wests, MLB The Show 22. And they had a giant classics catalog, which included a ton of games. And then so far in 2023, we've got MLB The Show 23. And those games are much bigger heavy hitters than Xbox. And I just don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't I don't understand what's going on at Microsoft. I feel like it's a big misuse of assets, to be completely honest, and it's gonna eventually bite them. Where like when I see a game produced by Microsoft or developed by Microsoft, I don't think it's gonna be a quality game.
Well, and it sucks too, dude, because they have games that they're sitting on that I am dying to play, like the Fable remake, Avowed, The Outer Worlds 2, and it's just like, what is going on? Release some fucking games. Do something. Fuck.
Yeah. It's dark times for X fans right now. Dark times. And I know like people like are trying to get hype for Redfall and they're trying to get hype for Avowed and shit like that. And like I be hype, but like I also don't have a lot of confidence right now.